TV ukiwa naye Mohamed Saha.
Thureya ya viongozi wa vyuo vikuu ikiwemo chuo kikuu cha Mount Kenya ulikusanyika ndani ya Bandari Maritime Academy leo hii, ikiwa maudhui ni kuwaleta viongozi wa vyuo vikuu pamoja na kuwapa nguvu mpya. Yote haya yalifanyika kwa uwepo wake Mheshimiwa Suleiman shahbal pamoja na mentor 001 Mahmood Noor wa Swahili Post na viongozi wengineo.
As we begin, let us approach this day with open minds, mutual respect, and a shared commitment to growth. May the conversations we have today spark meaningful connections, inspire purposeful leadership, and lay the foundation for lasting impact. Once again, welcome, and I wish you all a productive, inspiring mentorship and leadership day. As I conclude, I challenge you to reflect on these words by Rosalind Carter, an American activist and humanitarian who served as the First Lady of the United States from 1977 to 1981. A leader takes people where they want to go. A great leader takes people where they don't necessarily want to go, but ought to be. Thank you.
Uwepo wa viongozi hawa uliwapa matumaini viongozi wakongwe ya kwamba uongozi wa miaka ijayo mbele upo sawa, maana viongozi hawa ndio watakao kuwepo kesho kuliongoza taifa letu la Kenya.
The hosts, but before the hosts, MKU, wow, look at that. That's a good number. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for making time to be with us. We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
So leadership demands character, yeah? It demands discipline, it demands integrity, yeah? And how do we gain these traits? We gain it by being mentored, by following in the footsteps of men who are greater than ourselves. Yes? We listen to them, ask them for advice where they can advise us, and in that way we can attain these traits that I'm mentioning. And no successful leader in this world, let no one lie to you, no successful leader has ever walked the journey alone. Not even William Ruto. No one has ever walked this journey alone. We are always walking, being held. Our hand in a ship when I'm we are guided. So no one has ever walked this journey alone. And behind every strong leader, we have a mentor who has offered guidance, who has offered correction and encouragement. And I hope, it is my hope, that by the end of this event today, we can find this person in some of our guest speakers. Inshallah. Nimeingia today had a surprise guest, and I must recognize him. P.S. Muhammad Dagar. Sija ku recognize. Please simama na tumtambue. He's right there. Simama please sir. Yes, simama tupige makofi tafadhali. This man said something very profound to me today. When I was coming in, akaniambia, jirani, siasa iko kwa familia yenu. And me, I was surprised. I met him when I was very, very long. I didn't think amenikumbuka in the first place. But he said that to me, and it lit something in me. I can do this thing. I'm a leader because my family has leadership in it. But not only that, I'm a leader because I'm able to achieve what I want. So for that, yes, shukuru sana. Thank you very much for that. I also want to recognize my grandfather. I know it's a very odd statement to make, but I want to recognize my grandfather who's been able to make this event today. This man was a former senator of Lamu County. He has been one of my greatest mentors in my life. And for that, tunamuta Jido na kushukuru sana. Asante sana for being here today.
That before being a leader, you have to be a responsible citizen. And responsible citizenship is what makes you a better leader when you have access. So that brings me to the question of, as you being mentored, first of all, have you mentored yourself to literally take up the space that you have as a citizen? Mheshimiwa Shahbal, we are in the middle of the budget process. We've done the ADP, and I'm sure ask the ADP, but when you're ADP, you like ADP, you want to know ADP students. Annual development plan. We're in the middle of making the budgets. We started the annual development plan. Students, leaders. The budget is what informs what you will have tomorrow. The road that you start to be okay tomorrow starts with the annual development plan. The market that you want starts with the annual development plan. The better infrastructure that you want for your institution by the county starts with the budget. So we started the annual development plan today, we do the budget, we go with the CFSP. CFSP is the county fiscal service paper. Ladies and gentlemen, Viongozi exam, go back to the constitution. If you can, go back to ChatGPT. Just say
thank you so much. Distinguished guests, our chief guest of honor today, Honorable shahbal Sir, all dignitaries present here today, various student leaders from various student fraternities and institutions, all student representatives, and all reps present here today, good morning. Today, I will much be in the center of the limelight because we are here on the broad topic to discuss about leadership and mentorship on this amazing forum centered and brought here today by these amazing councils, that is University of Nairobi, Mombasa campus, together with Bandari Maritime Academy. First of all, congratulations Jilan team. It's very, very impressive. What a proper team of COVID. Let's give them their flowers. Let me tell you. First of all, I want to remind all of you that we have a duty to serve and represent in due diligence those people who have believed in you, in the vision as your leaders. As a leader, you represent a lot of people who look up to you. And that's why I want to quote the words by one of our speakers here today, our chief mentor Swahili quote. Na akasema, find somebody who you can mentor, but use your positions of power, not just to influence yourself, but to influence others into becoming where you are. Leaders are those who take hands of others and put them where they are. Because believe it or not, today I'm here. I was the Secretary General of Mount Kenya University. Right now I'm the President of Mount Kenya University. But I left an office, that is the Secretary General office. And I'm proud to say that I took somebody and put him there in that position of power because I believed he will do the same to other people.
Mheshimiwa, karibu sana. We are honored to have you here, and thank you so much for making time for us.
Crowd here, and I looked at the young men from the universities, and I said, you guys are lucky. Fortunately for you, I'm not 20 years younger. Otherwise, we don't compare. Because I see And I remember Barack Obama in his book, Towards the Promised Land. He said he walked into a church when he was campaigning for president and saw 7 ladies. And was a bit disappointed that how come there are only 7 women here. But he decided, since I'm already here, let me give the speech. And he spoke and he gave his whole heart in that address. And just before he walked out, one of the women said, "Yes, we can." And that became the slogan for Barack Obama's campaign. The director, Dr. Eric, director of Bandari, and I told him personally, my friend, Kama Chakula, I'm taking the demonstrations myself. He assured me to do that. My friend, Dr. Thureya, Mahmood Noor, Mohamed Jirani, the student leader, and then we've got Patrick Bele, Mheshimiwa Patrick Bele from Bandari, Dr. Frank Ozana there, Abdul Samad, who is now running for MP Nyali. This guy has been with me for the last 15 years on my team. Now he's working with Sarai. I wonder what he saw there. But he's still my friend. And it is good to be here with all of you. And my friend Mahmood Noor said the shahbal is surrounded by people below him. Actually, I'm surrounded by young people. I'm inspired by young people. And they challenge me. They challenge me to the point sometimes they tell me, excuse me, there's no democracy, I'm the boss. And they still challenge me. And many of the people who work with me now were students. In fact, one of the guys was a student leader in TUM. His name is Martin Kariuki. 10 years later, he is CEO of one of my companies. So I like to see young people, they inspire me. And today I have a number of things I want to talk about. The number one, and perhaps the most important for you, is eventually you're going to go out looking for a job. Correct? I was lucky in the sense that when I was admitted to Nairobi University, I was going to study law. And then I got an opportunity and got a scholarship to go to the US to study business. It took me exactly 1 minute to decide whether Nairobi University or the US. I went to the US. And on my way back, I stopped off in London and I went to see a musical called Evita. Evita is a story about this beautiful radio broadcaster called Evita and General Perón. It was set in Argentina. And Evita was a broadcaster and General Perón came to see the studio. And she walks up to him and she says to him, "I'll be good for you. Will you be good for me too?" And the guy looks at her and he says, "I like what I see and I like what I hear. And knowing me, I'll be good for you too." Then she goes on and says, "I'm not talking of a hurried night, a frantic tumble and a shy goodbye. I'll be good for you. Will you be good for me too?" Now, that struck me as a very powerful philosophy. And when you go looking for a job, do not for a second assume that that person giving you a job is giving you a job because they like you. No. You are fulfilling a need that they have. And therefore, when you go looking for that job, you got to keep in mind one or two things. Number one, you don't have the experience. Right or wrong? You're straight out of campus. How do they expect you to have experience? So So the question is, I'm looking at you and I'm thinking, what value can this guy bring to me? And I have students who come and apply for a job, they haven't even bothered to Google the company. They don't know what we do. Some of them don't even know who I am. It's fine if you don't know who I am, but at least the guy interviewing you, you need to know him. So you need to find a way to create a competitive edge for yourself. And a few weeks ago, I went to Google. It's not Google, it is ChatGPT. And I asked the question, how do you market a high-end real estate company? And this thing gave me a whole summary of 4 pages. I read this thing and I was so impressed. I started to feel I was actually really smart. It wasn't me, but it was...
Na mtazamaji, bila shaka nipo ndani ya eneo la Bandari Maritime Academy ndani ya Mombasa. Habari hii tunazipokea mubashara ndani ya kaunti hii. Vile vile ni shule ambayo ni shule tajika ya University of Nairobi pamoja na Bandari Maritime waliweza kushirikiana kushikana mikono viongozi wote ambao wako katika chuo hivi ambao wameweza kusoma pale katika vyuo hivyo na kuweza kupata ushindi wao wa katika sekta hii ya mambo ya uongozi ndani ya mwaka 2026. Vile vile tumekuwa na viongozi shupavu ndani ya shughuli hii ikiwemo Mheshimiwa Suleiman, Shahbal, vile vile na wengine wengi ambao waliweza kufika, na basi nao wengine wakaweza kukosa kufika kama vile Ruto, ila bado yote iliweza kuendelea pamoja na Mahmood Noor ambaye ni founder wa Swahili Pot ndani ya ukumbi huu. Nikiripotia kutoka kaunti hii ya Mombasa, jina langu ni Mohamed Saha.